Last time on Jujutsu Kaisen, we finally got to see Goju Sensei in action, and it was completely badass. Then during the last few minutes of the episode, an upcoming arc was teased, aka the Shibuya invasion. It'll still take a few episodes before this happens, but it is good to know that we are about to witness the unfolding of something great. Just how do these guys plan on sealing the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer there is? Now guys, before we talk about the latest episode, I want you guys to take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and for that, I thank you. Well then, with that said, let's talk about the 8th episode. The episode starts with both Fushiguro and Nobara venting at the vending machines when a scene with Panda Senpai appears, in which he asks, "Where are the first years?" It turns out today is the day when the principal from Kyoto High School will be coming over to go through the preparations of the exchange event. Which could make things awkward, considering how that principal is one of the higher-ups who planned Itadori's death behind the scenes. Be that as it may, the real concern is that the principal is here, and there's a good chance that some annoying students might tag along with him. Which is exactly what happens. Two students appear in front of Fushiguro and Kugisaki. They are there to harass the first years, and one of them happens to be their senpai's twin sister. First, she mocks them by bringing up how their friend died during their last incident, and how both of them must be relieved now that Sukuna's vessel is not anymore. Little do they know, Yuji is still alive and kicking. Anyways, if this were any normal shonen anime, Fushiguro would have dashed right towards her the moment she brought the topic of their friend's death. But since this is Jujutsu Kaisen, the looks were enough to increase the intensity of the situation. Then there's this other huge dude named Todou, who keeps asking Fushiguro what type of women he likes. Fast forward to a couple minutes later, Fushiguro answers, like a man. His type is a woman who has an unshakable character. Of course, to the huge dude, this was a half-assed answer. So he sends Fushiguro flying 100 meters across the ground with a single blow. That's right guys, regardless of his unusual way of judging men, this guy is strong. Very strong. On the other hand, our queen, Kugisaki, is overpowering that girl Mai in the insulting department, to the point that she literally pulls out a gun. What is this, 91 days? But we'll just ignore them for now. Back to where Fushiguro is. That Todou dude's got no chill. He's literally about to beat Fushiguro half to death just because their interests don't match. Fushiguro knows what he's dealing with. This Todou dude was involved in the last year's terror attack caused by the Jujutsu sorcerer, Geto, who looks like he is that imposter guy we talked about in the last episode review. Todou exercised 1 special grade and 5 first grade curses all by himself. He didn't even need to use any curse techniques on the first grade curses, and he did that last year, so he'll probably be even stronger now. He looks like he is from Baki, to be honest. I mean, look at his build. That also explains his strength. This episode is about to get interesting. Let's see how Fushiguro fares against this monster. And so it begins. Cool music starts playing in the background, and Fushiguro is ready to take him on. He starts by keeping his distance, but in a matter of a second, that Todou guy pops up behind his back and smashes him into the ground, and still continues to land a barrage of one massive blow after another without holding back. Without giving Fushiguro any room to breathe, he grabs his face and then literally smashes him through countless walls. Yeah guys, no question about it, this guy's from Baki. Somehow, Fushiguro's frogs managed to restrain him for the moment, but that also lasts a couple of seconds. Now after seeing Fushiguro getting beaten to a pulp for 3 whole minutes, we were obviously expecting that someone else was going to intervene. But before that, Fushiguro brings up an interesting point. He indicates that he's been holding back, and then we see a crystal clear glint in his eyes. But right when something crazy is about to go down, the guy who only ever speaks in fish terms renders Todou motionless. Looks like he is something of a Chad himself. And then a panda intervenes. No worries guys, Fushiguro will get him next time. Now, let's check up on Kugisaki. She appears to be lying unconscious on the ground, while both Zen and sisters talk about which one of them is the bigger loser. It seems like, unlike normal Jujutsu sorcerers, their powers are divided between both of them. As this epic conversation continues, Kugisaki wakes up and locks Mai's neck with her arms. and then bluntly tells her to leave her summer uniform behind. Finally, this awkward confrontation ends because apparently Todou has to go and shake hands with his favorite idol, Takada-chan. I'm starting to see a pattern here, guys. Is weirdness associated with strength in Jujutsu Kaisen? Probably not, because apparently we have the pinnacle of strength, Goju Sensei, who is a totally normal yet badass dude. So in this whole encounter, the strength of the second years, as well as two other important things, were revealed. First, Maki-san is a Jujutsu sorcerer, yet she doesn't have any cursed energy. Let's see how this goes in the exchange event. I kind of remembered Rock Lee for a sec when this was revealed. And secondly, Todou is asking for that second year, Akotsu, whom Fushiguro respects. Even Goju Sensei acknowledges him as someone who can one day surpass him as the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer. Along with that third year, Hakari, as well as Itadori Yuji. He mentioned this in the 6th episode. We still haven't seen both Okotsu and Akari, so that's something we can anticipate. The other major thing that happened in this episode was the meeting with Kyoto High's principal. Instead of our principal, the one who shows up is Goju Sensei himself. He makes sure to give the old man a piece of his mind on that incident with Itadori Yuji. But then again, little does this old dude know that Yuji is still alive and kicking. This was an intense conversation. Goju also explains to the old man how the level of both the sorcerers and the cursed spirits is constantly rising, and there's nothing that the higher-ups can do to hold it back. He then tells the old man he won't be the only one fighting back, which was an indication that other sorcerers are going to be able to stand beside Goju Sensei in terms of strength. Of course, during this whole conversation, the principal's attendant was fawning over Goju Sensei in her imagination, but that's besides the point. The important thing is that Goju Sensei made it crystal clear that the higher-ups can no longer assert dominance. He then leaves after saying that Principal Yaga will be coming in 2 hours, which is just Goju Sensei being Goju Sensei. The principal tells the attendant to get him some tea, and she just rushes to get a selfie with the Gojo Sensei. And this was one wholesome selfie. In the next scene, we have the handshaking event, but that's not something mere words can explain. After this, there is the scene where disfigured corpses of 3 high school students are portrayed. It is the work of that man, the one who we saw during the final couple minutes of last week's episode, and it appears that Yuji, along with another guy, are already at the scene. A lot of stuff happened in this episode, and there are a lot of questions. Where are the 2 and 3rd year students that Gojo Sensei deemed worthy of surpassing him? What was the last year's terrorist incident, and just how many people were involved? And last but not least, what kind of power is Fushiguro hiding? Even Sukuna acknowledged him. I can feel it, guys. Fushiguro is going to get his moment in the Shibuya arc. Well, there you go, guys. This was my take on the latest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this, so don't forget to share them in the comments down below. Also, before you leave, if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit the video with a like. And if you're new here and you want to see more Jujutsu Kaisen videos such as reactions and review videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. As always, I'm the Bearded Saiyan. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.